Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to episode 2 of Crystal Lake. So we're basically just going to continue from where we left off. So obviously if you watched the previous episode, you'll know that we built the spooky wood. So we're going to continue from this point, and first of all just remove these trees so I can see how much space that we've got. And we're going to create our pirate themed area. So first of all, I just want to go into blueprints and have a look at what we have from the pirate themed pack. Let's have a look. Where is it? There we go. And just start putting some things in. By the water would be ideal. Obviously with it being pirate themed, there'll be a lot of water involved in that kind of area. So let's have a little look what we've got. So we've got a pirate house. That's quite cool. So I'm just going to put a few things out and take a look at where we're at. See what we have. Oh, that's a pretty awesome building. Let's see how close we can get this to the water, because I feel like that's pretty cool. Actually, we might want to just take it back a little bit, because we're probably going to have a path that comes out and around the water. We have a bell tower. So I'm not going to put anything in any particular order at this point. I just want to get kind of an idea of what we've got. Pirate ship flat ride. Okay, that's obviously going to be perfect for this area. And by the water would probably be good. Let's get this as close as we can. Let's have that. Oh, that's complaining about. There we go. That's cool. Okay, so the boat's probably going to want to come upwards just a little bit. But apart from that, I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to come in from the back. Yeah, this is awesome. This is really cool. So it's really well detailed at the back and at the front. I'm just thinking with this one, actually, if we... don't think any of that's actually connected to each other. So just going to grab this and I'm going to move it around so it's facing this way, because there's no theming at the back of this building. So we're going to have people come in this side of it. Cool. And let's go back into here and take a look at what else we have. So it's called sorcery, actually, but it looks more... It looks kind of pirate themed, but probably not enough. Let's have a look. Tavern. I think I used that before in the sorcery pack, actually. Steampunk Motel. Pirate Tavern. There we go. Lovely. So let's have a look. That's probably going to be really nice by the water. Maybe down the other side. I think that we're probably getting a bit tight on space there. There we go. We'll put that there. That's quite nice. And then grab this one and we'll move this maybe somewhere here. And then we'll grab the bell tower as well. It's quite a cool little piece. I think actually, if I just... I'm not too keen on the path. So I'll just get rid of that and I'll just grab this whole thing and move it somewhere by the water. Let's have a look. That's fine for now, and then we'll figure out a better place for it later. So we've got some more pirate themed buildings here. I think, is that the one that I used before? No, it's slightly different. So let's put this one down here. Make sure the boat is just above the level of the water. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's probably just a little bit too high there, but I'll just fix that by raising the terrain a little bit. So we want to get a little bit of roughness to the terrain anyway. I don't want it too perfect. We'll also just get a little bit of different texture in the ground just around these parts here. Maybe a bit of soil, a bit of rock perhaps, and we'll just reduce the intensity and we'll just kind of paint this around. Bring that down again. A little bit of soil as well. This whole area is going to be a bit kind of rougher, which is perfectly fine. There we go. So it's starting to take shape just by the waterfront, and then we can have let's have a look. So we've got a tropical area here, which could fit quite nicely. Let's just have a look. Let's put it there and have a look at it. Yeah, that's really, really nice actually. We're going to want to raise the terrain just in here, just to get it to level with the stalls. Yeah, that's really cool. I love that. And then we can fill this whole bit in here. Nice. Just actually that's probably going to need to be raised a little bit more here as well. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. So I might leave that as grass. It's quite a nice little lush garden, like rest food area type thing. So let's get our path coming through here. Let's just set that to, is it about 5? No, I think it's just 4, isn't it? It's just the standard one. So if we have that come around here to start with, and then branch off to about there. And now I'm assuming there's already paths in there, but I might be wrong. So I think what I'll do is I'll just stamp Can we do this here? Because obviously we're going to need people to be able to actually access this area. And we'll just make all this path invisible in a minute anyway. But let's just delete a few of these pieces by the edges. I don't want people going too close to the edge. And we'll do the same just over here. Okay. I think that should be fine. Oh, there's some over here as well that we could probably get rid of. And again, over here where the rocks are, so people aren't going to start phasing through the rocks. And then basically just set this to invisible and then paint over. Not that staircase one though. There we go. Lovely. So people can now get up there And we'll just keep it as grass. Let's get in here and open up the shop. It's scenery group. Nope. Oops. Okay, these are sometimes very awkward to get into, so I'm just going to go in and do it this way. So we've got a couple of things here that don't oh, so that's, I think one of those is that ride. In fact, both of those are those rides on the castle in the middle. So obviously we can't open them yet because there's no path to it. There's something going on with this here. I wonder if there's a path that's not quite there for this. Maybe that's why it's not allowing me to open it. Let's go back into here, attractions and shops. Oh, yeah, sorry, I had it set to rides and not shops. Okay, let's get all these open, everything that we can. And then obviously there's some down here that we can't yet because we haven't put paths to them. But we will get to that now. Copy existing texture. And then let's get path winding round all the way past these scenery pieces. And obviously we're going to connect it to that shortly. We'll just get this going past to begin with. And then we want to get the texture from there and then bring that further out. We'll just connect that. I mean, that's not, no, I don't like that at all. Just do it with a standard path piece. I just delete some of this to begin with. There we go, and then we can hopefully just get a nice piece of path that comes to this. Something's gone a bit funky with that, but okay, that's awkward, but I think it's okay. So the ride's open, ready for guests. So yeah, that's it's looking pretty good. So in this bit here, I want to have some water. So I'm just going to get the brush and lower it, not too much. And we'll just kind of follow this around all the way around here. And then we'll just get some sand bottom of clear water. Let's have a look. Where can we get that up to? I need to go a little bit higher if we can. Doesn't seem to want to. Let's have a look. No, I think it's okay. We'll stick with that for now. And then if we just get the scenery brush as well and just get some of the tropical rocks and we'll just align them to surface. We'll get some of them down around the water. And then we'll do the same for some tropical trees. We want to kind of have that transition from, yeah, kind of temperate vibes and then straight into the tropical or the pirate area. So let's have a look at how much of that we can actually see. So we come down here. Let's get some curbs on these paths. We'll get some railings on as well. And then transition that nicely from there. Oh, I think I've grabbed the other style, haven't I? And we need to get the existing texture and rails on. And then we'll just change the railing colour to black for this area. Of course, the spot is obstructed because the water just seems to cause trouble everywhere it goes. So there we go. Let's get that in there. You only need it to a certain point, and then we'll do the same just here, just going across this bit. I'm just thinking, actually, it might be quite nice to have a bridge, sort of a wooden boardwalk bridge type thing, just from here to around here, and then we'll just bring the terrain down again a little bit underneath that, and then have that water come through here as well. Let's have a look at how that might look. And we'll put some water in, again to the same place it was before. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm quite happy with that. So that's over to the food area sorted. I'm just going to paint the wooden boardwalk all the way up to the end. Oh, of course, I've just realised these benches aren't going to be usable either. So let's get that sorted. So we'll turn railings off and we'll just get the invisible path. And then we can hopefully fix that. Oh, it's the intersecting terrain again. It's the bane of my life, this. So let's get rid of the water and try that again. There we go. And then we'll do the same over here. Only to that point, just so that the guests can get to it. And then let's put the water back in for the third time. There we go, lovely. And just looking at this piece here, it's just a little bit awkward, but yeah, I think that's okay. So we've got a lot of scenery on the right hand side, but we don't really have much on the left hand side just yet. So let's see if we can get some rides for this kind of theme. So I think we can get away with resort themed rides in this area because it's kind of tropical. So we'll plonk them in. I've just realised that this queue starts right around the other side, but that's fine. We'll have this weave around. Oh, I've got a load of trees up in the sky there as well. We'll weave that round to there, and then we'll do the same with this one. Bring that down the same way. There we go. Lovely. So let's get these trees out of the way. Oh, nope. Not you, just the trees. Why are there so many floating trees? Let's not select the path. Right, have I got rid of all of them? Oh, I know why there's so many floating trees. I've just realised the terrain for this section here continues out. Oh, no, not like that. Continues out this way. And then maybe just raised ever so slightly. And then across here. I didn't realise that this continued out this far. So let's just do that. We'll fix this up. There's so much of it, but that's okay. Not too concerned. I think it'll look quite nice. I'm just thinking, actually, let's get... Right, so there's more this way. I was thinking it might be nice to put some more water in around here, but we've still got the problem with the floating trees. So we'll fix all that, get all that terrain built up around there. So let's have a look how this appears now. Yeah, that's quite nice. I think this spot here could probably just do with a few trees or small plants even. Let's just align those to the ground. And in this bit here as well, we could stand to get a few in. Maybe just in and amongst some of these buildings. And then let's have a look at some more trees around the edges. And possibly some smaller rocks. Tropical rocks, small. Let's see if we can put some of these in without interfering too much with the paths. Okay, that's cool. So let's open that up. Right, so let's continue looking at scenery pieces for the pirate area. So we've got loads of stuff that we can use. Maybe this kind of camp area could go somewhere just out to the side. Got food stalls, which could work nicely just outside the front of some of these buildings. Things like this are always going to look good in a pirate themed area. Treasure chests. Let's get some of them in there. Oh, I've got this huge boat as well, which you kind of have to use. Yeah, that's awesome. And what have we got here? Yeah, some kind of entrance to this area might be nice. Just to kind of separate from the previous area. So around here. Let's just increase the size of that as well, so it's not getting in the way of the path too much. And then just bring it down there. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't quite meet the ground, but that's all right. We can fix that with a little bit of terrain raising just here. Okay, almost. There we go. And then the same on this side. Lovely. Yeah, I think this is looking quite nice. And let's have a look at some more rides. There's got to be plenty of pirate themed content in here. So, pirates. So we've done the pirate ship. Tour de Chute. Let's have a look at this then. So this claims to be pirate themed, but it looks more... it kind of looks more fantasy than pirate. Let's just put it down and have a look. Oh, it's actually pretty awesome though. Yeah, I think I'll keep that in mind because we are going to have a fantasy area anyway in the park. So I'll bear that in mind for later. So that's another pirate ship. We've got the free fall tower. Let's have a look at this one. So that might be more... Yeah, I think that's more kind of appealing to this area. So let's put this out here. Although that also looks very... Oh, that looks amazing. I did not see that when we were doing the Spooky Wood area. Okay, let's go back. Let's try again. No, so these are all the sorcery themed. So I might just have to get rides that are unthemed. What do we not have? Monsoon Chute, Sundial. Oh, this is an awesome ride. Wow, it's absolutely enormous though. Okay, let's put that in. Let's get those in place. Let's get the path. Just kind of weave this around. Go around this campfire. And then we'll get the path for the exit just straight to there. Oh, what are you guys doing? Everyone just stuck with... Whoa. What's going on? Everyone just got really confused about where they were. Right, okay, let's put some things in here as well. I think another one of these might be good just for the entrance to the ride. And I might do the same just for this one as well. I've just realised there's a lot of foliage interfering with the path. Here we go. Just going to change the colours of this to be a bit more kind of piratey. We will. You know, browns, blacks, maybe a bit of red. Let's get rid of the pattern as well. We don't want, unless there is like a pirate themed pattern. No, not really. Although there's this one, which is kind of the waves. We could try that one. Let's have a look at how that might look with the different colours. Yeah, something like that's fine. And then let's change this blue to, I don't know, something like a black. That is enormous. Okay. Let's get some more trees. Try and fill in as much of this as we can. We're probably going to get some more water in as well, because there needs to be plenty of water in this area. Let's get water in and see how that looks. That's fine, yeah. Looks very natural. Just get some of these tropical rocks. Yeah, some large ones, get these in. Align to surface, just try and get them down by the waterfront. Yeah, it's looking nice. Get some in the water as well, just to get that natural feel about it. See what we can get up. I think that's... Oh, that's the wrong rock type, but it actually looks all right. And then just some of these tropical rocks, the smaller ones, just dot them around as well. And then see if we can get some of these plants in. Yeah, that's all right. And then just see what else we've got. I think there's plenty of things that we can use from the pirate themed pack. So we're just going to put a load of this stuff in without any real consideration as to why, or does it make sense. Let's turn off align to surface for this one, because it's going to get tricky to get this in the water properly otherwise. And let's get another one in. There you go. And yeah, some of these just around the paths. There's definitely a lot of really cool things in here. I love this shark. It's not really going to fit with the vibe that we're going for, but it's cool. We've got some more of these as well. So these are lights. So they might be quite nice to have light in the paths. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like this area. Some of this is looking a little bit bare, so I just think there's going to be a few things that we can add just to add a little bit more interest around some of these areas. Let's get a couple of wells. Some more of this type of thing. There's a lot of different variations of these kind of wooden frames. Just random scaffolding. And some barrels. Got to have plenty of barrels when there's pirates involved. Let's have a look. So we've got that barrel slab. We've got some of these cannons. Oh, we also have these animatronics. Yeah, I'm not really sure I want to use the animatronics, honestly. I think these are quite nice, actually. These planters. We could kind of have these lining the paths as well. Yeah, I like those. Add a little bit more greenery around the pathed areas. We're going to also need to get some bins and benches. Oh, I've got another campfire. I think it's the same one as it was previously, isn't it? And get some of these in. Little bits of clutter. Again, just to sell that kind of pirate vibe. And we've got another couple of random little campfires that we can put in. Some cranes. I've used one just there anyway, so let's move over this way. Let's get some more cranes put in. Over by the water always works well for those types of thing. Bamboo torch, that's cool. Right, so yeah, I'm loving this. I think it looks really cool. I've just realized we put the galleon in and we can't actually see it. So do we bring an extra path around this way? Or is that just a bit too much? Yeah, I'm not sure. No path to launched hyperdrop. Right. Is that the one that's... Yeah, I think that's the one again, the one in the castle. I probably shouldn't have put that in so early because we're getting so many notifications about it, but it's fine. We'll deal with it later. Oh, I just realised this is unpathed as well, so let's get that fixed. So we're using the natural paths in quite a few places here as well. Let's get that open. Oh, no tables connected, right? Okay, so connect tables. We could just select all of them and then get that open. Nice little lake view restaurant. Brilliant. Oh, I've got these as well. Excellent. Right, let's get some facilities in here because I've just realized again that we don't have any facilities in here in this entire area so far. So we've got guest. Let's have a guest services and a coffee shop. And then let's get these packed up. So, in fact, what I'll do is use the stamp so I can get these both connected together. And then we'll just get a normal path. It kind of runs. Let's get the board style and then run that off around here. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. And then we'll just get the railings on as well. Yeah. Just one more. There we go. Lovely. That's awesome. Right, so now we can open these up. This is quite a nice little area, actually. Let's just make sure. Yeah, so that's okay. If we just go into bushes as well, we should be able to get just a few things in here just to fill in some of this space that's not really doing anything interesting. Some of the larger ferns would be nice. Yeah, these are cool. Love them. All right, and then we can also just look at some trees, get some individual palms in there as well. Yeah, I like that. Don't think there's any other buildings that we've put in that need... I think that's... So yes, we don't have any other buildings that have got shops or facilities in them, so just looking at this, it's a bit awkward because I don't think I put that in the right place. I think that looks a bit better now anyway, so there's... The door's not floating, essentially, so that's cool. I think here, if we just, again, put some more trees just to block out the fact that there's nothing going on at the back of that building. Let's get rid of that one. I think that's okay. Yeah, so it looks amazing from over here. So if you're on this boardwalk here, you can see that, oh yeah, I think that looks amazing. Got the ride over there. Yeah, so let's see if we can get a coaster to fit. Actually, not a coaster. Let's have a log flume. Because I think a log flume would fit the theme, obviously, of pirates really nicely. So let's have a look which ones we can fit. So we've got that one. We have... That's a river rapids, which also might be quite cool. And then we've got... Let's have a look what else we've got. That's a monorail, so that's not going to work. River Rapids Station. Oh, okay, so this one here, River Trek. Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to get this in because that's amazing. Yeah, perfect. And then we just essentially need to copy the existing texture of this. Let's try that again. And then we can just drag this over, and we'll do the same again for the queue path. So copy this and then extend this around to there. Excellent. I love that. And then we can just get this tested and then hopefully open it up. We're going to need to move a couple of these rocks Maybe just the one. No, both of those. Cool. And then tropical trees everywhere. And then terrain, get some more of this sand, and pebbles, and dirt and rock. Gravel's probably a good one as well. And then we can raise the terrain on certain parts like this, just to kind of hide some of these blocks and make it look a bit natural, a bit more natural. Doesn't have to be all of it, of course, but just kind of rough up, not just try and roughen up some of the terrain around. Like if we make this look a little bit more natural as well, that might be quite cool. I'll come back to that in a minute when I've done this. So we've kind of got this pool that looks like a natural pool, and then we'll just remove that. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. And then we'll just raise some of this around as well. I just want it to feel like it's meant to be there. Let's get rid of some of these trees as well. Might be quite nice to have a bit of this where it's kind of going inside something, and then we can burrow through. Let's just reduce the size of that. Yeah, that's really nice. And then we'll just get the rough rock painting all the way around that. And then continue building around certain parts. Oh, that's quite like that idea, just to kind of come around here. Of course, just knock it back so that it's not interfering too much. There. Oops. Go. Lovely. Do the same just over here as well on this one, so it feels like it's a more kind of natural bit of water. Let's just bring this all the way up, bring it round, and then just sink it in here. Okay. That looks a bit janky there, but we'll fix that. Lovely. Just a tiny little fix here. There we go. That is an incredible looking ride. I'm very happy with that. So let's get this open. Oh, it's still testing. How is it still testing? It's been going for ages. We'll just fast forward it until we can open it. And it's quite a long ride, actually, so that's probably why it's still testing. Get it to the point where we can open it up. There we go. Lovely. So people are now free to enjoy that ride. I think that looks amazing. Really, really happy with that. So I think just some of these little places here could do with just a little bit of additional foliage, and then just remove anything that's encroaching too much on either the paths or the rides. Where's that joining up to? Oh, so this way. Right, okay. And then we'll just get rid of these guys. Oh, not you. Not you. I'm so grateful for the undo button. I can't stress that enough. Oh, I can't actually get hold of these now. Okay, get rid of that one. Why can I not get... select these bushes? I tell you what I can do. If I just select this and just switch everything off apart from nature, I should be able to just grab these. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Yeah, I'm okay with some of those. They're not getting in the way too much. So there we go. That one is. Let's get rid of that. And some kind of entranceway to this ride would be nice. It's got a path assigned to it. Let's go back to Pirate. I think we've already used... Oh, it was right there actually, so we definitely have already used that. Let's just go into custom again and see if there's anything that we haven't yet used, or even things that we have used, just to kind of get a few more pieces in. Let's have a look for an entrance to the ride. It could just be something as simple as this again. Maybe just have one on the exit as well. It's fine because we've already got the main entrance just up here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm very, very happy with progress on this area. One thing that I do want to do is just go back to the sorcery area and just have a look if there's any room at all for one more thing, the one that I found earlier that would suit this area beautifully. But I don't think there is. I think it's all pretty congested. So yeah, let's go back to the pirate area. Again, just keep forgetting that we've got no benches. So we do need to make sure we're adding those all the way along the path. Okay, and then we'll get some bins because we've also got none of those. Just keep them close to the benches and then just dot them in. Okay. So yeah, that's cool. We've got shops, I think we've got restrooms. Oh, I think there's a shell there as well for a shop. Let's get one in. In fact, I don't know if I've actually got restrooms in this area yet. So if we go into here, I'll probably just put one in. Let's turn this grid size down. Put one in here, and then just remove some of this. There we go. And then we're going to need a path. Yep, that's fine. Let's have a look. Oh, is there a restroom in here? I think there might already be one. Oh. Maybe it's just implied and there isn't actually a functional one in there. Yeah, so we've just got this one main path that kind of runs through, got a few rides. we can probably leave it there for this area and move on to the next one, which I haven't actually decided on yet. Just gonna have a little look around here, just make sure that we haven't got any of these bits of rock getting in the way of the track, like there. So yeah, I think everything else is fine. We're gonna need a path around that way, but I might come back to this later and then start my path off this way. And I think this one's going to be the fantasy area. We've got quite a lot of blueprints for the fantasy area, which I'm really keen to use. So, oh wow, that's cool. I remember picking that up on the workshop, but I haven't actually looked at it. So, yeah, so there's loads of these, loads of really nice pieces that we can use for this area. So, again, I'm going to do something similar to what I did with the pirate area. And just put things down. Oh, wow, that's incredible. Put things down and then kind of just work out. Wow. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't looked at this before. Oh. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. Who has built this? I can't even speak. I can't speak. Okay, that is staying and it's getting raised because that has to be a centerpiece. Oh, I've not done that properly. Let's go back, raise it and grab. There we go. And let's get that all the way around. We'll just change this terrain to rock as well. Let's get it full intensity. Leave that. The amount of skill some people have in this game. I mean, look at that. That. With the animatronic head. The animatronic fish. Yeah, that stays. And we will get a nice little fantasy area here. So let's start putting these buildings in and having a look at what we've got. Pirate shop building, I think. Yeah, we used that one, didn't we, before? Freefall tower. Oh, yeah, this is the one that I was looking at earlier and said that would be perfect in the sorcery area. I'm thinking maybe we'll put that down. Can we get away with that as fantasy? No, maybe not. So we've got a little cottage here. Or so it says. Leapfrog Book Co. Oh, so that's one of those kind of shells, isn't it? So it's not fully themed around the back. So we'll keep anything like that over the other side. Home of the Alchemists. Oh, wow. Oh, is this the one that I put down earlier? Did I put that down? Yeah, I have a feeling I've used that. Okay, I'm going to keep that there anyway. Just get rid of this. I think that was the indicator of where it should be sat. So it should be just pulled down to the ground level a little bit more. There we go. Lovely. Shop facade. Oh, so we've got a couple of shops there. So there's a facade one just there. We put it like there to cover up the fact that that one doesn't have anything around the back. Oh, we've got toilets in there as well. So just move this one back. Oh, that's not the whole thing, is it? Okay, so we haven't quite grabbed the whole thing, but that's fine. We'll just remove this. No, that's not right. Is that how it was supposed to be? With a post there? I don't think so. Let's go back. No, do you know what? I'm just going to leave it. It's perfectly fine. So we've got a row of houses. We have this, which I have now just decided that I'm going to get rid of. Don't quite feel like it fits the theme of fantasy. I think it's more in the kind of sorcery, spooky vibe. Things like this are fine though. I'm just going to use this one over here. Lost a few bits. Oh, this is this is getting really frustrating. Why is that not just letting me delete those individual pieces? Is it just... There we go. Okay, let's continue. So we've got a nice little church, which I imagine can be a bit higher up. Kind of like this on the hill. Just needs to come down the smallest amount. There we go. And we'll just flatten that. And we'll just continue with as many of these as we can. Let's have a look at this one. Hill Valley. Oh, that's pretty cool. Doesn't really fit with what I'm going for, though. Here we go. Nope, that's a bit more sorcery. Wanted the Broken One Tavern. Oh, wow. Okay. Did I select fantasy here? No, I've still got pirate theme on. Okay. No, fairy tale, not fantasy. Same thing, I guess. So we've got this... Oh, okay. That's not going to fit. Battle of the Titans, so we've got that already. This is another ride which might fit in the fantasy theme, but it is massive. So I just wonder if I was to put this... Let's get rid of these trees first. And then put this down. See where the best place for that was going to be. Let's try there. Wow. It's amazing. Again, it's above ground. I need to get that lowered as much as I can. Doesn't seem to want to. Intersecting terrain. I wonder if that's to do with the water in the lake again. So let's just remove that and see if we can get this in. No, still doesn't want to. Okay, one more attempt now. Let's go. And we're just going to have to raise the terrain around it. Again, like we have done a few times already. Yeah, that has to be a part of the park. It's, you know, obviously going against what I said earlier. It's more kind of sorcery / spooky than it should be for this area, but it's just too good to leave out. Let's get this all painted in so we don't have floating trees again. Let's get the ride open, or at least testing. We can't open it yet because we've got no path. But this area needs a lot more work. So that's still floating. I think it's still floating. So we'll just take it down just a touch more. And we will just grab a facility. Chief beef. And let's just make sure we're not missing anything from any of these. Yep, we are. So we need to get one in there. Let's get some drinks. Guppy soda. It's as good as anything. Can't actually see that. Where have I put it? Okay, probably in the wrong place. There we go. Nice. And then let me just check in this one. What have we got in here? Yeah, we've already got shops in there. That's cool. So we've got soda. Oh, I think, did I? Oh, so delightful. So it is different. Okay. Cool. So let's go back to this and finish off this area. There's plenty more that we need to add. Okay, so there's one. Let's get a hat shop. There we go. More shops. So what else do we need? Just a memento. And balloons. Townhouse shops. Yeah, so this is the kind of thing that I was looking for when I said fantasy. Just kind of fairy tale buildings, you know. That's pretty cool as well. And then just some houses. A hobbit hole would be fun, but I don't think it would really fit with the theme. Let's have a look. Have I got one of those? I think it's another... Is it another bathroom or... Oh, not sure. Let's get a few more things in. They don't necessarily have to be usable kind of shops and things. They can just be scenery pieces. So if we just go into scenery, we might find some stuff in here. Oh, that's quite cool, but it's more of the kind of Viking style. So we've already got one of those. Fairytale food court. Now that's interesting. How does that look? Wow, okay. Oh, that's nice. That could be kind of a nice little centerpiece for it. And then as we go through... Oh, it's not really going to fit the theme. Neither does that. Fairytale shops. Yeah, I think we've used that one. Oh, I don't want shops. I just want scenery at this point. Although that's quite cute. I feel like we've got enough shops in this area specifically. That's quite a cool building. So now is the challenge to kind of just connect it all together and make it make sense. Wow, that's incredibly interesting for this area. Yeah. That is amazing. Okay, so this church is going to have to go. I'm going to make everything fit around this. That's phenomenal. How do these people keep coming up with these ideas and actually building these things? They're amazing. So we're going to have like a little path that goes up towards that. This... is that... Yeah, I think that's all right, actually. That's all right, actually. We'll leave that there. So let's get a path going. I'll have a large path, and we'll copy the texture and then bring this down into here. And we're obviously going to need to connect all of this up somehow without just making it look awful. So if I just bring this down, I'm not really sure what's in there. So I think it's toilets. Okay, so I'm going to either stamp or put some trees and maybe just fix that little bit there. Let's get something going around there, and again to there. Oh, okay, so smoothies, you're going to have to go because we don't have room for you. I'm just going to bring this down as well, just a touch, I think. Might be okay with that. Let's get a path. See how that looks. That's fine. And then we'll just get one going around this part here and then off to there. So then all we need to do now is just connect up. Oh, that's not good. Do we need? Oh, I think we need to connect all of these. And that's there. I've probably caused myself just a little bit of a headache with the layout of this area because it's all just a bit weird. But if we just fill in some of the gaps with maybe some water or trees, bushes, things like that, I think we could probably get away with it. I just want it to feel like it's kind of a tight little village. And just make sure we've got everything connected that needs to be connected. Let's get a circular piece of path to go around this, maybe number 2, just to kind of get it on ground level. Yeah. Then all we need to do now is just delete a small circle out of the middle. Okay, and then I've noticed that some of the terrain's not quite level. It's all just a bit wonky at the moment. But it's fine, obviously, going up there. We're going up towards this higher area anyway, so that's all fine. I do need to just reduce the size of this so we can actually get to that building there. Yeah, so let's get some trees in. So we just want standard, like temperate trees in here. We've got lots and lots of shops. So we don't need anything else. We just need to get this area looking natural. Just try and get as much as we can in. We might need to do some custom as well, you know, just to fill in some of the space. Let's see if we've got in the Fairytale pack, see if we've got any custom archways. Oh, so we've got fountains and things as well. That's quite nice. So let's have a look at these. I don't think they're actually doing anything just yet, but we can probably build something up and then put some water in afterwards. Oh, so we've got this. It's all right. It's not amazing, but it'll kind of do the trick as a little entranceway. We probably need some kind of... Oh, I was just going to say some kind of hedge. There we go. So let's get the hedge built just to the point where you can't see around it. And then we'll do the same just here. I just realised we've got some gaps in the hedges there as well. So we'll just fill those in. Cool. There's going to be plenty of things in here, so let's get some flowers. I'm not sure what the deal is with these. Are they supposed to be that way around? I would imagine they're supposed to be upright. There we go. Why are they behaving this way? Nice little entranceway. Something quite colourful up here might be nice. So we're going into the building. Oh, we've got dragons. I just don't know if that makes sense, but I want it anyway. So we're going to have it anyway. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to add a couple more dragons. Because I just don't understand why you wouldn't want more dragons. Maybe we'll have a dragon up on top of the rocks. And then we've, of course, got to have one that's sleeping up by the castle area. Ah, we're gonna need benches, yeah. So let's use these ones. These are nice. So if you've watched my videos before, you'll know that there's no real rhyme or reason to most of the things that I put in the parks. It's just about having a bit of fun. Making something that kind of looks nice, even if it doesn't really make any sense, which is exactly what I'm aiming for with this. So I think that looks really, really nice up there now. I mean, being able to see that castle up there is fantastic. As you come in to the car park as well, you're going to be intrigued by that view. Then that one up there is phenomenal, which I will get to at some point, but not just yet. We've got plenty of stuff to do. So let's get in here. Just make sure everything that can be opened is open. Loads of shops. So they've got an issue with this one, which looks like there's no path, but I can find it, fix that. So let's just have a look. really sure which one of these it is, actually. I don't think we can find it that way. Okay, so this... is it this one? Okay, so that's a restaurant, but we can get a path to that. And then we'll just put the tables, which I assume are in there somewhere already. No? Okay, fair enough. Just remove this guy. We need to sort of figure out how we're going to get our guests through to the other side, which I'm thinking is going to be this. So if we just get rid of that restaurant, since there's no tables assigned to it anyway, and just have the path come through this way. And then, is that a path? Will that just join up nicely to there? Okay, we'll get to that later. I just want to get a few scenery pieces, nice little things dotted around the areas. These planters and things should be quite nice in some of these little areas, that kind of weird looking path. And then maybe some slightly larger things as well. Let's have a look what we've got. So maybe not that. I don't think it really fits there. So we've got these like posts and things that could just fill in some of these spaces. I think they're essentially supposed to be chimneys, but I think they're fine. They'll look okay in certain little spaces. Let's put a couple of these just in this area here. So we've got some tents that don't actually have any function. There's nothing in them. But we can put some of these just around this area. Maybe just have a little cart. Some stocks could go somewhere. Let's have a look. Where would the stocks be? Somewhere over this way. Royal gazebo, that's a nice little thing. That's gonna go here. Yeah, I really like that. Again, it's just plonking things about, tying up things together with paths, and you end up with something that looks, you know, really nice. Nice little place for the guests to go. I think, we've still started to get some people coming through. Just looking at this now, actually, is there a... I think there's a restaurant in there that's going to need hooking up. I think they're already connected to this one, so that's cool. Excellent. So yeah, I think today's episode I'm going to end here. We've done 2 themed areas in this one, which I'm very happy with. I'm going to put, before we finish, I am going to put the water back. Just realised we've got a floating galleon here. There we go. Oh, no, got rid of it again. Bit higher. Wow, okay, I need to get this to the right point. Where did I have it? There we go. Nice. So yeah, we have the pirate area, and we have our... Where are we? We have our fairy tale area, which I think's come together really nicely. And through this side, we have a couple of really cool rides that someone's created that we're going to kind of connect and make into something. I think a mythology area would look really nice with this ride. So somewhere around here, some mythology themed things, some nice statues and buildings and things. And then over here, I've not decided yet. I just couldn't not have this ride because it looks absolutely amazing. But yeah, if you do enjoy these videos, it's a slightly shorter one than usual, but if you do enjoy these videos, please do consider leaving a like. It really does help. It gives me the motivation then to continue to create these videos for you as well. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'm going to be making some videos on Jurassic World Evolution 3, which I'm really excited about. I've been having a little play around with the game ready, just to kind of familiarize myself and get ready to start making those videos. So please do keep an eye out for those ones as well. And yeah, thank you very much if you have watched this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.